what happened at the WRC? Seems like you had a field day there. Is your mother authoritative when you're inside there?
Fans out there to our sponsors.
What we're trying to do is nurture these young people.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in again, Cardio's Motorsport Diaries. So today's session, we are very happy and humbled to host mom and daughter crew. And we have today Tina, Tinashe, and Karo Gatimu. Thank you so much, and nice to see you, Karo and Tina. You ladies, you look so happy today. What's the story? What happened at the WRC? Seems like you had a field day there.
Thank you very much, Timothy, for having us. This is what happened in the WRC. This is what we've done. This is how Tina performed.
How we both performed.
How we both performed. We managed to bring the car home.
We managed to get back home and we finished 7th in the national category.
Yes.
And we finished as the top ladies as well. So it was a nice experience.
And by the way, congratulations for winning the Women WRC Champion list. That was really, really amazing to see you, Karo and Tina, all that trophies up there and it was great. So yeah, these are good testimony. These are the cars that Tinashe drove, and you can see it's unscuffed. What's the secret? How do you drive and make sure, like, you bring the car back safely? It must be an art. Tina, can you tell us about it?
When you're driving, you have, because it's a rally, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So you have to bear in mind, you have to like drive steady, keep the car on the road. Because in this safari, there were a lot of rocks on the sides of the road, and there were a lot of tricky places where you could easily lose the car and lose the rally. So the trick is just to keep it clean, keep it steady.
Okay. So, Carol, it's not quite common to see a mother navigating their daughter or even the son in a rally. Like, when you're seated there and Tina is driving, what goes in your mind? Like, how do you read those pace notes?
Let me first say, we've grown into this as a family in the motorsport industry. We've been together with them, we kept them with us when we were going for the other races. We do autocross together. So when you get into that car, it actually becomes competition. We're teammates in a competition, so there's no. We actually never think about the mother-daughter thing. However, last year I kind of slowed her down a bit because being a driver, and I know what can happen if you don't finish a race, and how she's pushing. You know, these young children are fearless. So she was really like pushing for it. I slowed her down a bit, but after the confidence of last year and the autocross events that we've been doing, I got the confidence that this year she's okay. So what we did was she actually reads the notes. When we do recce, she reads and I write what she is seeing. So in essence, what we're doing, I'm reading her notes. That's how they manage to get faster and faster in the rally. And that's we discovered that's the secret of big drivers. That's what they do. You read the driver reads the notes. So the navigator will read the driver notes, and then now they'll keep it on the road and keep it tight.
Oh, really? Fantastic. Yeah. So, Tina, your mom says that you are the queen when it comes to setting the pace of how the note will be done. Is your mother authoritative when you're inside there?
As mom said, it's a partnership. So we both share our ideas and listen to what the other person is saying, and we run with what makes sense at the time.
Okay, interesting. So, Tina, I want to pick one of your quotes that you said, and I kind of repeat it verbatim in quotes. You don't want to be called a young woman, you want to be referred to as a rally driver. I found that so powerful. Could you please talk a little bit about the experiences and put it into perspective of a woman in motorsport? What does that mean to you?
For me, the whole because we mostly do autocross. So in the whole autocross community, there's a lot of support from both men and women for everyone to do the best that they can. So the how do I say this? everyone pushes each other to do the best that they can. So as in the whole gender thing doesn't come out
It
as
doesn't
much.
appear
Yeah.
there in the
So,
motorsports. It's all about who has the points, right?
yeah.
Okay, interesting. And I think that's something that we really need to talk about. In different arenas. What is the power of a woman compared to a man when it comes to motorsport? Because it seems like you guys were not graded separately. It was the same, right? It's not that you had a different track from men. You had the same track that the men were racing, and you did perform very well. That's nice. So one of the things that Arcadius Diaries does is that we are trying to compile, information that would be useful and helpful for the youngsters who are coming up. And you'll notice so many young people are trying to build supercars on the roads, race them and the like. But we always want them to get from experienced drivers like you, Tina. What would you say is the journey like? How do you become, an experienced driver on the road? And what message would you tell these people?
Safety is the most important thing when it comes to anything to do with the car, honestly. Like even outside of motorsports, even on public roads, safety is paramount. So even as the young guys are building the cars, I understand where they're coming from because it's a thrill that they're chasing. But I, I just have to tell them to keep it safe and to come out to even autocross or these other motorsport events where they can be sensitized even more on safety and shown how to make their cars safer at the same time faster and integrate the two things. So yeah.
Okay, so Carol, I know you've been a rally driver and you still are. We see you racing here and there. And you've done that for a couple of years now. When you look back and the experiences that you've had, what are some of the changes that you've observed in the motorsport space? And what challenges have you faced as a woman in this industry?
Um, Over time, what I've seen in the motorsport is the numbers have actually gone down in what we call the KNRC, the Kenya National Rally Championship. When we started in 2012, 2013, we were like 15 ladies. We were either drivers, navigators, organizers. But over time, because this is an expensive sport, numbers have dwindled for the ladies. But I must say, what I've seen in the last 2 years is ladies are actually coming up and actually taking into the sport. Tina has come up as a driver. In autocross, we have a lady called Wangeshi who's coming this year in 2024. Go to karting. Karting, you have two lovely young girls who are doing karting and they're actually showing what they can do out there. Let's come to 4x4 events. The lady, I think she's called Wamboi. I can't remember her surname, but she's a little 9-year-old girl, and that really is exciting to see that there are young girls who are taking up into this sport. Not all the encouraged parents out there. Let the children nurture their sport, assist them, mentor them into the sport that they're taking. So long as you feel that the direction they're taking, you can have a discussion and say, this is the side I want to go.
Yeah.
And most important for a parent is, of course, the grades they do well, and motorsport they do well. Not even motorsport, any sport, we encourage our kids and to put them out there. But what I would say the challenges we get as ladies when we go there to races, there are no facilities out there. You know how to for women.
Yeah.
But now as ladies keep wondering what to do. But I actually saw this year at every start they've actually somehow we've been put for where we could go relieve ourselves and come back. That's the only challenge. Otherwise the rest we are all put in the same playing ground, which is awesome because what a man can do, a lady can do better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I really love that. And there's something you've talked about, the support from the parents and the like. And Tina, I know you've grown up in motorsport family. Your dad also is very deep into this motorsport. What do you guys discuss in the house? Like, how is that conversation like after school?
Um, Sometimes it ventures to motorsport, sometimes it ventures to just everyday banter, and sometimes we talk about the randomest of things. So it's just basically it's kind of like with the typical family what they talk about. They talk about everything and everything else.
Yeah. And what would you tell, youngsters who are interested in motorsport, but they don't have the kind of backing you have? How do they get into this game? Where do they get information from?
So I know there are a lot of young people out there who are interested in the sport, but they don't know how to come in. Because I've interacted with them and they've asked me, how do I get into this? So there's Talanta Motorsport Academy, which a ministry has started. It was opened on 28th of March, 27th of March. So it's based in Kasarani behind the Mo International Sports Center, and through that, I think there are a lot of young people who can be able to open doors for themselves and come and see and learn.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Just
Interesting.
if I may just add on to that academy, the programs which have been put together and see how we can run the academy now that the main development is over. So that we are putting together some certain programs and some certain structures in place. So what I would tell people is just let's follow the Motorsport Talanta Motorsport Academy on either Instagram, Facebook, those social media pages, and get to see when we start now to roll out the program and the curriculum and all that. And that way, then we can incorporate. We are going to bring in as many people as possible, be it drivers, co-drivers, engineers, marshals, time controllers. Basically, with anything and everything that pertains to motorsport. Even when we go for autocross at Kasarani, there are those children who actually come and watch, and you can see the passion which is in those kids.
Yeah.
So also those children, we want to pick them up and bring them into the motorsport. They'll be the future rally drivers. And after this, of course, we venture away of how we're going to put these children into Formula One, how we're going to put these children into the WRC program, how we're going to put them in the European Rally Championship. Basically just open them out to a lot of networks out there
Yeah.
that you can expose them that probably they wouldn't have done alone. That's the purpose of the whole academy, working with these children the journey of where else do I want to be a Solberg, a Robert Ferrer? So how do I get there? Basically that's the whole essence of the Motorsport Academy.
Yeah, and I really like that approach, and I'm very sure Tina, you didn't start by driving an intro. There's always a starting point. Could you tell us a little bit what your journey has been like? How did you start? Where did you start, and where are you hoping to go to?
I started in a Bag, that was in 2022, before I moved to the Toyota Levin, which is a two-wheel drive non-turbo car. Then now I moved to the Subaru GFH, which is all-drive turbo car. Then now for Safari, I was driving this Subaru M10, and just basically been my journey, and it's been a matter of going one step at a time, building up.
Last year she drove the Evo 9. I forgot to
Yeah.
do the Evo 9. Basically, she's
Yes.
very lucky.
Yeah.
She's gotten to do the whole mix of all these cars and get a feel for all of them. She's very lucky.
Maybe GR could be the next Pegasus.
Yeah.
Who knows? We are hopeful for that.
Or the Skoda.
Yeah, but how do you combine that with school?
Weekdays are for school, and weekends are for racing. So we usually go. Our races usually happen on weekends, so they don't clash with school. And the same for the training for motorsports. Then happens during the weekend.
Yeah.
Then during the weekday, my focus is completely on school. And any weekend when I'm free is against school.
So there's this term that I always hear called sit time, and I always wonder, does sit time mean strictly being in a rally car practicing, or does it mean also doing sim racing? What's your view about those two?
Okay, for in my experience, each time has mostly been sitting in the rally car and basically just learning the basics, learning the car, learning how to navigate the corners and everything. But I've seen that some people who have involved themselves as well in sim racing, which from what I've heard is also effective because sim racing it basically simulates the rally car and the terrain and everything.
Yeah.
So you won't get the exact same feeling, but you will get something close to it. So I've heard it's also effective.
So a combo of the two would really make you a super rally driver.
For sure, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. So today, I see you guys done on 70/70, t-shirts, and I'm curious, like, what's the story here?
Let me start. 70/70 is our family, is our racing family. Actually, if I may say, um, let me start from how we run this event, the WRC event. We run it under the Talanta Hella Ladies Rally Team, which is an initiative, the Talanta Hella government initiative, of putting young kids and their talents together, or young people, even the youth ladies. So how we got into motorsport is because actually the current race is very passionate about motorsport and putting the young people together. Basically, all the sports that he heads. So we were lent. Talanta Hella team was lent. We were lent to them by 70/70. How did we start 70-70? 70-70, we came up as friends. We become a big family who have we've seen each other. These ones grow, the children grow, we've seen their other children grow. Basically, it's 70-70 means 7 years old to 70 years old.
Ah.
And this initiative was brought up after we did rally sport. Because there's Alan and Ian Banks who do out of it, and they also do RX. There's Tina.
And that's how old. Alan and Benji.
How old is Alan and Ian?
They're 8 and 10.
8 and 10.
Yeah.
They actually started when they were 7.
Okay.
No, when Alan started. Then now go to Tina. Tina is 80. When she started, she was 18. Now she's 19. There's Rajvi, 32. How old is Rajvi?
20, early 20s.
She's in his early 20s. Then there's a lady now coming, about saying her age. And then,
Why?
then no, leave it. That's a story for another day. Then now there's the champions who is our place because who's Eric Bengi. And then there's also Katimo Mungo, who's the team manager actually of the sport. And then there's Sharon Tech. Basically, 70-70, you can rally up until you're 70 years old. And what we're trying to do is nurture these young people and tell them, yes, there's motorsport, yes, we can grow. What do you do over the weekend? You can go play football, then on Sunday you can go practice, when there's an event you can come. You can pull in other children who want to come into the sport and learn.
Yeah.
And this what is all about motorsport.
Yes.
So that's how we roll basically on weekends with all these what do I call it? With all these 70-70 motorsport aspects. And we also have the CSR. We actually did tree planting in Fale. Not I've forgotten about 70. They also take part in the East Africa Safari Classic.
Yes.
And this is where now Mindo and Gatimo and Eric come in. Then they're the oldies. Let them take part in that event. Anyhow. And everybody comes in with their own talent, their own given talent. Like Gatimo is the GPS of Kenya. You ask him anything and everything, he's the GPS. So he sits with Eric and navigates him. There's also Tony Gekuhe, who is not around right now.
Yes.
We also started basically our whole team family put together and come to do this event.
Yeah.
Now, what we do for the CSR is we also race against cancer. We have a doctor in the team who is very passionate about teaching and educating people there about cancer, how we can avoid it, what can we do when we have it, what to do.
Yeah.
Last year when we did the classic and even we went to Kuala and planted trees in a school. I can't quite remember the name, but we planted trees there and we put some funds where they managed to put up classrooms. We are actually helping them put up classrooms and see how many classrooms they can put up at the end of this program. But we're keeping the country green. We are putting our resources out there to help the young people in the schools and anyone, the sick, the cancer people. Basically, it's all about a well-rounded, even as much as we're having fun. Well, our hobby is racing. As much as we come out there and we're racing, we're also trying to give back to the society. What can we do?
Correct.
This year, our target is Kwale County. And see what we can do with it together.
That's also a very well organized group here of fans in motorsport. So, Tina, I'm curious, how do you maintain physical and mental wellness when you're going to race? Because I imagine this thing is, the power in this is really mind-boggling. How do you maintain that calmness?
So every morning or let's say 5 days out of 7, I wake up in the morning to exercise, and I basically torture my body so that when I get in the car I don't get tortured. But what it does is it prepares your body for the grueling environment inside the car, as well as also preparing your mind, because when you push yourself in let's say the morning exercises, your mind also starts to adapt and it's like, okay, I can handle more.
Yeah.
And then it really builds up the mental fitness as well. So yeah.
Okay, interesting. So I'm very conscious of time, but I can't let you go without asking you this question. What are your future plans? Do you want to continue doing this together? Tina, what are your thoughts? Like, if you feel like you don't want to learn to be a navigator, anyway, what are you thinking?
In the future, I plan to continue doing more events, continue with the autocross, which I'm already in, and then venture into the KNRC, the Kenya National Rally Championship, and then maybe slowly work up towards doing more international events, and maybe being there with the same city like Kina Rovantera and so that. Yeah.
Well, okay, nice, Carol.
Yes, that's the future. We'll continue running here as of course I would like to continue sitting with her. I'll continue sitting with her as long as I can and helping her grow into her motorsport. She wants to do mechatronics in her company. So we're trying to see how we can roll that and combine it together with the rally, with her rally career. Then us will be left with the autocross, with the rally cross, we'll do the TNRC, we'll do anything and anything that we're able to drive in. But of course, for the future is to see them grow to the next level. And also for the young kids coming up, Alan and Ian, they are also in this sport space. We hold their hand and push them up in the right direction. Yeah.
Okay, well, folks, you had it. The passion is there, still going on, and we can't finish this without getting to hear a little bit about your final parting shots. You know, you must be having quite a lot to tell us.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the best part. And do you want Tina to go fast or I go fast?
Well, just go on and then.
The parting shot we had when we were doing the rally to the viewers out there was let's Tonane Vasha. It was Eastern Navasha. Tonane Vasha, don't drink and drive. Let's see you back in Nairobi. And I think in the space that I'm sitting on right now, I can happily say that they actually didn't get into any accidents. If they were there, I've not had any. But okay, people had their fun, but they were responsible enough to bring themselves to Nairobi, which is the most important for us. Don't drink and drive. If you drink, have a designated driver. And it is, of course, even as we continue going forward. And I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsors. First of all, the biggest shout out goes to the government, Ministry of Youth and Sports. A big shout out goes to the CS, Ababu Namamba, because he's the one who put us in this space. He's the one who's given us this limelight. I really appreciate that, and also, of course, the president for the Talanta initiative. A big shout out goes to Shell. Oh, these guys have come out for us in a big way in the sense that they gave us the fuel to run the whole event, to run the replicas. A big shout out to them. A big shout out to now, I've given a massive one goes out Africa Eco Motorsport. Africa Eco Motorsport are the ones who are running our cars, the rally cars. They're the ones who made sure when we came to service, are your shocks okay, brakes okay, wipers, what is what working. There's a whole team that really, actually the mechanics and everyone, there's a whole team that works behind us. And without them, we would not be there. So a big shout out goes to them. Who else? A big shout out also goes to Solomon. They give us shoes which we can walk around in and do that. Who else? Yeah. And a big shout out also goes to our families. I must say, thanks for the prayers, for putting us out there, for allowing Tina to come out there, to thank the Father, and everybody else who was out there. Have I forgotten any other?
Yeah. Maybe Tina, you can tell us your parting shots.
For me, it's just to thank the sponsors. As Mom said, the Ministry of Sports and CS Ababu Namwamba, Shell Vivo Shell for coming in, giving us the fuel to do the rally because of course cars concern is not fuel. So and to Africa Eco Motorsport as well, they did an amazing job hosting us in Naivasha. It was spectacular. And just to Solomon for giving us shoes. So when we are walking out there, we don't get tired in our feet.
They're really comfortable. Yeah, these are very nice shoes, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much. I hope this is not the only interview we are going to have together. We'll have more as we continue with the racing stories in this country. And folks, we also want to say thank you so much for Africa Eco Motorsport. They have really sponsored us and given us the space to come and host this podcast here today. Thank you so much, and looking forward to seeing Tina continue with the amazing work.
Let's see mid-April for Autocross. Yes. Let's see end of April for RX event. We'll see you there. Come out, spectators. Come out.
You heard that. You guys, please show up.
On April 14th for the Autocross and April 27th, 28th for Rallycross.
Yes.
Wow.
Please come.
In Kasarani.
Yeah.
Okay. It's in Nairobi. Man, you guys can come. Sure. Thank you so much.
Asante sana. Thanks for having us.
Thank you too.
To the fans out there, to our sponsors, we brought back the trophy.
This is to you. Thank you.